Hello. Bl'Art here with Professional's Pride, the Reno intersecting wills Shinryu fight. We're bringing a Final Fantasy V theme team here with Exdeath, Kryl, Galuf, and a cameo from Lena LDCA. Use that Lena call to begin with to proc Odin's passive in order to give Exdeath that 30% attack boost. This is going to be a crazy off-turn focus team. Not that the team is crazy, but that the off-turn focus is definitely there. You'll see that we broke them out of order to give them 4 turns in a row, because Galuf, especially boosted by Kryl, does a lot of damage, and Exdeath, his poison is actually take for a respectable amount now. Still less damage than like the proper counter tank or something, although it does have a pretty interesting property to it, which you'll see later in the fight. You're of course aware by now that Exdeath's poisons don't scale with force time, which kind of really sucks, but there's a small consolation prize that'll become apparent as we get later into the fight. But beyond that, this is an incredibly safe team. Galuf, of course, is a tremendous tank, and Exdeath actually is really good in this fight because the big danger of this fight, I guess aside from theoretically running out of turns if you mismanage their force time, is that threshold attack they do at 80, 50, and 20%, along with 1% if things don't go super smooth for you. And it's a pretty scary attack, however, it's very easy to nerf it with attack down, and Exdeath brings quite a bit of attack down in his kit. I think it's like around 80% or so. That's a lot of attack down. And that combined with Galuf is going to keep us nice and safe. So that Carpet Bomb plus attack is never actually going to really threaten us in any meaningful way. I actually tried a couple of creative calls while trying to put this team together, trying to see what interesting stuff I could pull off. I tried Ace Call because I thought it would proc during Kryl's FR time. Unfortunately, because Ace isn't on the field, the traps aren't enchanted, and so you don't get any sort of force time bonus when they tick. I guess if there was some kind of like off-turn magic attack FR, maybe Cloud of Darkness, I think, that would probably do it. So, just something to think about. Ace LDCA for some extra procs. Doesn't work with Kryl though. And you'll see I actually brought Edgar Call, because I wanted an additional damage call besides Cyan to finish off the force time with. And weirdly enough, Edgar's LDCA has 5 HP attacks on it. Unfortunately, as you will see, Edgar sucks, and so that ends up being a bit of a mistake, and I'll just spoil that and tell you that right now because, Edgar. So with Kryl, the way I found the best way for me to use her FR is to plan out how long you want the FR to last, how many turns you want them to get, who you want to end the FR with, and then use her Ray of Hope on her next turn to charge as much as possible to get the bonus as high as possible, because otherwise you're basically just ticking up 5% a turn, and that's not going to go anywhere. So using her Ray of Hope a few times really juices it up. As you can see here, we're letting them take a few turns. If I had actually given them one less turn, it would have been it would have been even better, because or if I had given Kryl one less turn of force time, we would have given them a couple extra turns to counter with, and that would have been handy, but it's okay. We're using Cyan now, just weave that in real quick, because specifically, this means we can drop the Exdeath BT finisher. There we go. Feels good to press that button again, and finish with a nice 400% FR. Something I was kind of hoping would happen. I was hoping that Exdeath's skills would proc Kryl's 5% bonus thing, just because in certain instances, his attacks do count as magic attacks, just because of the way it's coded, but sometimes it doesn't. It's weird. And since he doesn't deal brave damage, it makes sense that the attack wouldn't count as dealing brave damage, or light thunder damage, I was hoping I would get lucky with that, but alas, it's okay. With the BT effect active, though, you will see something pretty nifty, specifically for this fight. I don't think this is going to come up in a whole lot of fights, but in this fight in particular, you'll notice that because Exdeath deals true damage, which doesn't get scale with it force time, it also ignores the enemy's HP damage reduction, and so you'll see every turn, despite them being in their force time and taking 0 HP damage from all our attacks, they're taking a bunch of HP damage from Exdeath's poisons, both on their turn and on, our turns too. Refreshing his skill 1 buff there really quick. But yeah, you can see here, no HP damage dealt, but X-Death is there dealing a respectable amount of damage given it's just kind of an off-turn freebie. So that's a fun little application there. Again, I'd much rather not get that and get force time scaling, but you know, it'd be what it do sometimes. We're just going ahead and charging up our force time on our end to get ready to deal a boatload of damage to them. They're actually going to go ahead and hit us real quick with that carbon bomb. You'll see there's not much damage thanks to X-Death and Gallup's combined defensive capabilities. You love to see it. Going ahead and refreshing the LD there. Getting more poison procs on them during those next couple turns you're going to be taking before the force time is gone. And there we go, back to dealing proper good damage to them. So our goal here is going to be to set up that good cryo force time. I actually did a couple runs with this team just to try to figure out how to optimize it, and I did enjoy. I actually did a cryo FR into X-Death burst, which was kind of fun because you got to take advantage of those giant HP caps with his. Well, another nice thing about X-Death is because of his blue armor being a 0-4 is the terminology they use. You know, zero brave damage cap for 4 chunks of HP damage cap. He has a massive ceiling for that. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any HP attacks, so it kind of is a moot point, but it's something nifty. Basically for the fans, I guess. But anyway, we're just going ahead and trying to get ourselves into position here to start pressing some good buttons. This means we're going to get the HP damage up from Lena LDCA going. Also a free proc of the burst effect, why not? It's actually it's like, what, 500,000 damage a turn between the two of them? So that's, you know, not the worst. Again, it's no, like, you know, it's not like Kane or Cisne or whatever, but we'll take it. I think it's more than Freya, so that's something, right? Copium. So there we go, Gallup again. Another reason I'm bringing Gallup, beside the Final Fantasy V thing here, is he synergizes well with Cryo because his counters each separately proc her force gauge. As you can see, they're getting 10% instead of 5%. I don't know if Auron would just be better because Auron does more damage overall because he is 3 split HP attacks as opposed to, you know, a total of 4 single target. But I don't know. Who's to say? Mathematics is an impossible science. I don't think anyone's ever figured it out, so it is what it is. There we go, they're below 30% now. We have 4 turns left, so we're trying to just plan things out just right. Something I like doing with Cryo, if you can pull it off, and I did not pull it off here, is to hit them with her LD right before the force time ends, in order to get a extra proc of the traps going off, both getting damage and damage bonus. It's tricky though, because if you're running her alongside a counter tank like this, you don't want the traps to paralyze them before you know, the force time runs out. So it's a tricky thing to time, and I wasn't able to time it here the way I wanted to. So we're gonna do something kind of silly here, kind of dumb, honestly. Didn't need to do it, but you remember what I said about Edgar? Well, I was thinking, all right, time to bring in that big, massive, meaty Edgar call. So we're gonna go ahead and summon, give Odin that sweet damage up from force time, and that's a lot less damage than I was hoping it would be, so Edgar sucks, and I regret pulling him. But anyway, we're out of force time now, so we're going to go ahead and try to finish things off here with the raised damage ceiling from Odin, and we're going to be, as you can probably imagine, going into the X-Death burst phase right after this to finish things off. I'm actually pleasantly surprised by how quick, like, you know, how few turns this took, given the team involved. I just kind of assumed it would take longer because I'm using kind of a crummy BT, a crummy FR, a crummy team, but it worked out okay. I mean, this fight's a little bit of a gimme, so it is what it is. But hey, we'll take that victory. Boom. HP attack. Damn, I forgot to queue up the free skill. Here we go. Wahahaha. Tree stuff, void stuff. There we go. Shout out to Tree Void. And now they have almost died, so we're going to go ahead and kill them real quick using a combination of free turns from X-Death from Kryl to get X-Death's effect to put them to 1%, so that Kryl kills them with Thunder. And there you have it. Reno's intersecting wills, Shinryu cleared with X-Death, Kryl, Galuf, and FF5 stuff. That's pretty neat. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios.